Hello, Sanbanani, Dumelang Molweni. Welcome to Asathi Reviews. My name is Asathi Nzelu, and in this video, I'll be doing a film review of the movie The Woman King. The executive producer is Peter McAleese. The director is Gina Prince by the Wood. The screenplay was by Dana Stevens. The cinematographer is Polly Morgan. The main characters are Viola Davis as Naniska, Tusom Bedu as Nawi, Lashana Lynch as Izogi, Sheila Atim as Amenza, Jimmy Odukoya as Oba, Siv Ngesi as the leader of the male soldiers, and John Boyega as King Gezo. I have decided to title the movie The Agojie. The Woman King is a movie that is set in 1823 West Africa, following two tribes that are at loggerheads, the Oyo tribe and the Dahomey tribe. It focuses specifically on the Dahomey tribe under the rule of their new and young visionary of a king, King Gezo, and General Naniska, the fierce leader of their female warriors, the Agojie. The Agojie warriors are Dahomey's competitive advantage against the Oyo tribe that has partnered up with the Mahi tribe in selling their people to the European slavers. Under General Naniska, the Agojie have successfully raided one of the Oyo camps and freed the captives that were to be sold as slaves to Europeans. After this particular raid, General Naniska can feel it in her that an even greater evil is coming, so she demands more and stronger soldiers in order to be able to protect her people. Meanwhile, in the village, there is a young, beautiful girl, Nawi, whose father seeks to marry her off to a rich man. The rich man, Nawi's potential husband, accuses Nawi of being disrespectful and slaps her in front of her father. Nawi refuses the abuse and fights back, embarrassing her potential husband. The old man curses Nawi and walks away with his bruised ego. Nawi's father is fuming at the business deal gone wrong and decides to give Nawi to the king to join the Agojie because she is a lost cause. Contrary to popular belief, she finds the Agojie to be more joyful and human as she arrives to a tribe of women singing and dancing. As Nawi and many other young girls join the Agojie, they are told that as Agojie, they are not allowed any intimacy. After this laying of terms and conditions, some leave, but some stay because they have nowhere else to go. King Gezo of the Dahomey tribe and his council are now tired of being at the mercy of the Oyo tribe. Regardless, they decide to maintain the peace whilst they strengthen their strategy to emancipate themselves from the Oyo tribe. Nawi appears to be a fan of Izogi, Naniska's right-hand woman. She is inspired by her resilience and strength. The two form a very beautiful relationship, with Izogi constantly dropping jewels of survival on Nawi's lips. Izogi also tells Nawi of how much of a legend Naniska is, how much she has conquered, and how she has been a great shield to the people of Dahomey. Nawi and Naniska have had many unpleasant encounters, so when Nawi is undermining towards her initial training, Naniska decides to teach her a lesson and embarrass her in front of her peers. Nawi challenges Naniska a lot and on many things, like why female warriors are denied intimacy when men can indulge to their heart's content. Even though Naniska is at her wit's end with Nawi's disobedience and mischievousness, she learns a very smart skill from her, which will be very instrumental in defeating the Oyo tribe. One night, Naniska is woken up by a nightmare and she consults on it. Her friend Amenza, the seer, advises her to give an offering to the gods. In the middle of the night, on her way to give the offering, she bears witness to Nawi's dedication to the training. The following day, the Oyo tribe arrive at the Dahomey palace to collect gifts as per tradition, but an altercation ensues due to trading routes and a shortage in the gifts. During this altercation between the leaders of the two tribes, Naniska stands there dumbfounded as she is ambushed by the painful memories of the torture she endured at the hands of General Oba, the leader of the Oyo tribe. As compensation for the shortage of gifts, the king, King Gezo, offers 20 Agojie women. Nawi is also chosen as part of the 20, but she hides. The Europeans arrive by ship at the Oyo tribe, where the Oyo captives are kept and showcased. During this showcasing, the Agojie arrive to deliver a message of war, and a mini-fight ensues between General Oba and General Naniska, leading to Nawi going against their initial plan to try and give Naniska a fighting chance. Naniska scolds Nawi nonetheless for the disobedience. As Nawi is sharpening her weapons in the river, she meets a white man, Malik, who tells her that his mother was also Dahomey. The white Portuguese captain and his people visit Dahomey Palace just as King Gezo is hosting the final test for the newly joined Agojie. Nawi emerges as the victor in the test even after her companionship delay, and on top of the reward that she got from the king, Nawi also receives a validating nod from Naniska. The king then announces the new Agojie trainees as part of the king's guard. The Portuguese captain advises King Gezo to not put an end to the slave trade, and he threatens the king with poverty in his land and suffering of his people, but the king hears none of it. Naniska is triggered when Nawi tells her that she is an orphan and that she was adopted. Naniska remembers how she got pregnant after being raped and how she asked her friend Amenza to get rid of the baby after she had marked it. Naniska suspects that Nawi is her daughter. At night, the Agojie take a blood oath and perform a ritual of protection. Thereafter, Nawi goes to secretively meet with Malik. They exchange gifts, and Malik tells her of how strong and powerful the Oyo tribe are now that they have partnered with the Mahi tribe. Nawi then rushes to Naniska to make her aware of this crucial information. Naniska notices that Nawi has been having intimate times with the slaver, and she warns her against it. She tells Nawi of her painful rape story, and by using the mark as proof, she tells Nawi that she is her mother. D-Day finally arrives, and many soldiers from both sides drop dead. The Oyo tribe notice that they are losing, and they decide to run away with many Agojie captives, including Nawi and Izogi. In captivity, Izogi and Nawi become each other's source of strength. Meanwhile, in the palace, Naniska refuses the honor of a cogito bestowed upon her by her king. She wants to go and seek the soldiers that were captured, but the king forbids her. A fight ensues in the Oyo Palace of Captivity, and whilst trying to escape, Izoki is annihilated, but Nawi is saved as Malik comes to her rescue. The other captives remain at the mercy of the Europeans. Naniska defies her king and sets foot on the path to save her daughter. Many soldiers, including the male, follow suit. When Naniska and the soldiers arrive at the Oyo Palace, they decide to set the whole palace on fire after freeing their people. Malik also helps to free some of the captives and drown his Portuguese captain. Naniska finally gets her revenge as she goes head-to-head with Oba, the Oyo leader, and eliminates him. Nawi, yet again, saves Naniska from being ambushed. After this victory, they return home, and the king welcomes them with warm hands. As a reward for her outstanding bravery, King Gezo appoints Naniska as woman king. Whilst making an offering for Izogi, Nawi and Naniska apologize to each other, and Naniska reassures Nawi that it was never her fault and that she was never the thing that caused her pain. Naniska goes on to enjoy her reign as woman king with her daughter besides her. The Woman King is a phenomenal movie. It made me wish to be a woman of that era just so that I can also be an Agojie. I recommend this movie to everyone, most especially black people, specifically black women and the underdogs. To black women, it gives them courage. It shows them just how powerful and brave they have always been, how they have always been the conquerors, and how they have been and continue to be shields and pillars of our communities. It also reminds the underdogs that they too can be victors. As King Gezo says, sometimes a mouse can take down an elephant. It also reminds us as a people that we are powerful beyond measure and that we must never give our power away. To quote King Gezo again, there is power in our minds, our unity, and our culture. And if you understand that, we will be limitless. Close quote. King Gezo also says that if you want to hold people in chains, you must convince them that they are meant to be bound. So, no more shall we as black people participate in becoming our own oppressors. To everyone else, it teaches that to be great, you must focus and improvise when necessary, and that a great leader is one who sees what others do not. Another movie that is similar to The Woman King is Black Panther 1. Not only for the outstanding representation of blackness, but because they both suggest that it is better to die than to live under bondage. It is highly commendable how the filmmakers accurately incorporated African cultures and practices. For example, ululating and the use of umsamo to communicate with and give offerings to those that have passed. And I laud them again for the representation of the LGBTQIA plus community, debunking the myth that queerness is a 21st century phenomenon. Thank you so much for watching this film review. My name is Asathi, and please do like, subscribe, and comment down below under the hashtag Asathi Reviews.